What's up, everyone? It's me, Sanitary here. So today's video, I want to talk about the importance of knowing what your health baseline is. So what is your health baseline? Your health baseline, in the most basic way to understand it, is where your health stands currently. Your resting pulse, your blood pressure, your good cholesterol, your bad cholesterol, your testosterone, your estrogen if you're a female, just your white blood cell counts, red blood cells, your blood work in general, and this is very essential, especially as you get older. And the best way to know your health baseline is to get a physical. I should probably get one. I don't want to be a hypocrite about it, but I probably should get a physical, and I recommend everyone out there get at least a physical once a year or once every couple of years. With that being said, this video isn't just about me telling you guys and gals to get a physical, because this video will only be about 1 minute long. I want to talk about health baselines with respect to working out, and also your diet and some other things briefly I want to talk about. So let's start with your diet. Everyone has a caloric baseline, and you might be saying, what exactly do you mean? Without even thinking about it, I mean, the majority of people in society don't track their calories, and I don't either. I'm not hating on it. People have no clue what their general calories are for the day. They probably underestimate, probably is my guess, and they have no even a ballpark idea of how much protein, carbs, and fats they're taking in for the day. And doing this, especially if you're trying to reach your health and fitness goals, it can make your journey much more frustrating and make it more tough to reach your goals, because you don't know what your caloric baseline is. So what you can do, and which I recommend, is at least for about 1 week, be true to yourself. Don't try to lie. You don't need to tell anyone else. You just write down everything that you typically would eat, and try not to deviate from what you normally eat. If you eat it, just write it down, and they have MyFitnessPal, or if you want to go old school with a pen and paper, whatever, write it down. And 7 days a week is a good sample size to understand about essentially how much you're eating. And this is going to be essential if you're trying to lose weight, maintain, put on muscle, and whatnot. So this is your caloric baseline, and this is what I recommend, because at least by doing this, you have a starting point. Now, someone might say, well, why do I even need to do this? It's pretty obvious. If I'm just fat, I need to drop some pounds, eat less, and work out more. That is true, but by having a baseline, not only is it better for you, because it's not just about your appearance, it's about your health, because AKA health baseline. By understanding, that maybe your fats are maybe too high, your unhealthy fats are too high. This goes beyond just losing weight. You might be prone to, or an increased risk of, potentially having bad cholesterol and having a heart attack. This is something that you might not know. You might be closer, and I don't mean to scare people, but hey, it is what it is, right? You may know that you're a little bit overweight, but if by looking at your baseline, you might be like, oh my goodness, I'm taking in this much sodium. Oh man, I gotta watch out my blood pressure. I'm taking in this much. I didn't know I was taking in this much fat. I'm supposed to be taking in 65 grams of fat, and I'm taking in 170. Something's got to give. So that is essentially why creating this baseline is very important. And now, in terms of working out, I see this a lot too with a lot of people. They go and work out, and they generally just have no idea of what they're going to do, how it affects their body, and how long it takes to finish their workout. Now, working out is, as a casual, 100% fine with that. But like I said, if you want to expedite the process in which you reach your goals, establishing a baseline for, let's say, when you work out, if you have a certain workout and you do it in a certain amount of time, this is something that you want to establish and see if, and track it down for a week. So for instance, with me, my weightlifting sessions typically about 1 hour flat, no more than an hour and 10. If I end up dragging my feet, and it's happened before, especially with raising a kid, and you're completely sleep deprived, whatever reason it is. There have been times, it doesn't happen that often, but there have been times when I was dragging my feet, and the workout, my baseline was an hour when it would take me an hour and 25 minutes. And that's just because I'm just dragging my feet and I'm dilly-dallying, and I know that I'm resting too much between sets. But if you have no baseline, you have no idea, and you do a certain workout or a same workout, let's say you go to the gym and you do legs, and one day you just chit chat with everyone and you finish in an hour and a half, and the next workout none of your buddies are at the gym, and you finish it in 45 minutes, then you're just all over the place. It's like the blind leading the blind, being lost at sea without a compass. You don't know to go north, south, east, or west. You're just kind of going in a circle. So having this baseline and being aware of it is something that doesn't take a lot of time, but it's something that a lot of people are not aware of. They're just kind of going to work out, and then they're just not really grasping the concept of what you need to reach your goals. So that is pretty much what I want to talk about. Oh, and real quick, outside of health and fitness, well, I guess it is health related, but it's not really related in terms of being at the gym, and that is your sleep. And sleep is essential. You need to establish your sleep baseline as well. This one isn't as tricky because I think most people understand and have a general idea of how much hours of sleep they need. And the average adult, I believe, needs 7 to 9. Some people get by on 6, and there's a small majority of people, a small fraction of people in society that can get by on like 4 or 5 hours, and they have no effect. Now, your body can adapt, and when I had our first child, I had to adapt. It wasn't easy, but I knew that going on 3 or 4 hours of sleep just wasn't optimal. Did I get the job done? Did it affect my work? No, I got it done, but it didn't. It's not normal to just be constantly groggy, have your head constantly pounding, and I know that my baseline is 8 hours, and I understand that's very, very tough, especially as an adult with all the crap and responsibilities you got to have. So try to take power naps in between if you can, and understand your baseline. If you're one day sleeping 10, 12 hours on the weekend to catch up on another day in which you're only sleeping 3 or 4 hours, but during the 3 and 4 hours you're hyped up on caffeine and you say, oh, I feel fine. Once again, the blind leading the blind. You're all over the place. You need to take out the caffeinated drinks, take out everything, try to keep your body as pure as possible, and then see what your optimal level of sleeping is, your sleep baseline. Because not only can you be sleep deprived, you can actually sleep too much. Have you ever had that where you oversleep, and then you wake up even more groggy? Because the quantity is not always as important with sleep as the quality. So there have been times when I would sleep past too much, especially like when I'm on vacation, and I'd wake up really late and I wouldn't feel as essential. So getting 10, 11 hours of sleep, if you're completely sleep deprived, or let's say you've had to work too much overtime, or you just had a real rough week, or you're an athlete and you had a tournament all day, your body will tell you that it's just going to knock you off for 11 hours. But I would say the majority of people, they probably can't even get that much hours of sleep anyway. But in an ideal world, getting like 10, 11, 12 hours essentially is probably just not going to be your baseline. It's not going to be efficient. So that's my time. Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. Comments, questions, always welcome. And hopefully I shed a little bit of light on this subject. And talk to you later. Bye.